Frosty Cold here to show you a tutorial on my infinite storage, infinite sorting, auto deleting, overflow protected system, and even inflow stopping system. It's a lot of acronyms, but what it does is truly amazing. This is a sorting system like no other. First of all, let's go to the first commonly most used sorter. We'll do this in three parts. First, the difference between mine and others. Two, the showcase of it, just showing you what it is. And three, me actually building it. So this is the most commonly used sorter. Now this sorter has a big problem that I'm sure a lot of Redstoners have found out by now. The problem is that as soon as you have too much of one item in one of these sorters, it completely breaks down, letting any item come in to your your boxes that have all your stuff in it, letting just everything go in there, filling up your first box or whatever your storage system in general. That's why this won't work. Now I'll put a link in the description below showing you where I got this idea and how I improved it. But a link showing you the person that first came up with this. I didn't come up with this, but I improved it slightly. And also added some features. So, here we go. Alright, so the problem with this, the design that I was before. First off, there was a block here instead of a comparator, and this was set. Oh, I got a bat in there. This was set to one delay. And the problem with this works just fine when it comes to items that are 64 items that can stack to 64. The problem with that is that not everybody's gonna figure out, and they didn't warn about that in their video. And people are not are gonna put eggs and ender pearls in there that can only stack to 16, and they're gonna find out the hard way that it breaks their system. So this, I'm not calling anyone a fool out there, but this is a more, I don't want to say foolproof, I want to say user secure system. This system won't mess up for any reason. So the difference is I put an extra comparator right here, and it didn't increase the size whatsoever. I added one comparator here and put that repeater to 2 ticks. What this has done has made this so much easier to use. You don't have to worry about whether you're gonna need to put eggs in it or ender pearls from your, I'm sure people who play this game have gigantic mob farms, hostile mob farms, where they influx a bunch of ender pearls, and they want to sort their ender pearls, and they don't have to worry about they don't want to have to worry about if they gonna overflow their system or do anything to like that. Um, so on to my second part, how the system works, and just an overview of the system in general. As you can see, I have eggs, ender pearls, and this really represents a stack of anything that stacks to 64. And these two represent that it works on both of these designs being here. This is the middle design, and this is the outside designs, and they alternate. Alternating designs. Um, so here's a quick run through of the system. Um, put a little bit of items in here. Put that in here. Put that. And let's say you're getting some feathers. We don't want that. So you get some feathers. So what happens to the feathers? They come over here to this dropper, and this automatically gets rid of itself. It gets rid of anything that's in there. But what you need is a stack of 64 items, doesn't matter what it is, and 59 items in this dropper. Just to check on these, as we can see, everything is in its right place. Everything's out of this hopper. And this, on this side, if you want to stop it from if you want to stop it from automatically dumping items, let's say you want to put some diamonds in here and you want to make sure that these diamonds aren't going to get shot at the other end. Well, you just put a lever on here, turn it on, and whatever goes through will collect in this dropper and keep collecting. Mind you, there's overflow protection, so you don't have to worry about anything happening. It'll just fill up, and when you're ready, it'll cycle through again. So, there you go. Also, another thing, you put a lever right here. So let's say you have things constantly producing gold from your gold farms, chicken, and whatever else. You stop at this hopper right here, and obviously you can put in your diamonds or whatever, and you won't have to worry about this thing. You can turn that back on and then commence getting rid of whatever you don't like. Like, let's say you don't want, I don't know, what's in here that you might not want. Let's say you have a gold farm, you have all this gold coming in, and you just don't want it. Let's just put a little bit in there, and now it commences throwing away whatever's in here. So it just will continue to drop whatever it can. Also, another thing with this is to show you what you need to put in these hoppers to make this work. For the eggs, you need, and I don't know how much this is, I didn't count it, but this is how much. I put in grass because grass is an item that you're obviously not going to use, but it's easy to get off the environment. You're obviously not going to use grass, but it's very easy to get off the environment. Just use shears to get grass. This for the 64. Okay, so basically that's what it is. Same thing for the ender pearls, and this one's 5, 5, 5, and 6. Don't know how much that adds up to. I'm sure it's pretty easy to count up how much that is. I just don't have the time for that. So this could be a problem if you have a huge server. Could be lagging up your server. If you want to, you can put this thing on there instead. It does the exact same thing, except for when you put an item in there, whatever it is, it just automatically shoots it out. So it's a little bit better. I just put this one on there because it conserves space, honestly. Oh yeah, and also when you're using this one versus this one kind of has to be on subtraction mode. It makes it work a lot faster. This one, I think it can be put on subtraction mode. Um, you can mess around with that. I don't think it matters. I ran it both ways. So here's to the second part. It's very simple. Obviously, you have infinite storage right here. This is your infinite storage right here. Basically, you can put as many minecarts in there as yeah, what are they called? Chest minecarts in there as you want to create as much. And if you want to add more, let's say you don't have enough space for your server, because really you would need like maybe one or two, or at the most, really one or two um, cards at the most if you're playing by yourself. But if you're on a server and you want more, you just got to have more. You got to be able to pull out more gold for your people, more whatever, and you need all of this gold. This is how you add more minecarts. You just simply um, do this right here. Give me just a second. So this is the way I do it. Save time. Put that there. Put that there. And here we go. Just put it like that. Add more. If they ever get stuck on this lip right here, which they shouldn't, because if you push them in yourself, they shouldn't get stuck on this lip. If they ever get stuck on this lip, you can have problems with it. If you have any problems with this system, you will have it in this part right here. If these minecarts get in between these two, that's why also it's very important to put this block solid. Make sure that block is solid, because if it's glass, you can kind of have some weird issues. Because of the fact that the minecarts aren't perfectly in their place. If they're in between these two, they can ruin your whole system, but pretty much ruin your whole system. That will share the items in between these two randomly, and nobody wants that. Nobody wants to have weird items popping up in their chest. So, basically you do that, and just to show you, you do this. So you can put them on every other one, drop some minecarts in there. Oops. What does it say? Make sure overflow won't break system. Yeah, that's pretty much what this does. This makes sure the overflow won't break the system. So just like that. And bada bing bada boom. You're set. And also, this glass is kind of necessary. The reason why I say this glass is necessary is because you don't want to touch these minecarts. You really don't. And you might even want to put glass right here. You don't want to touch them, because if you touch them, two things can happen. They can start giving items to other chests, and they can also make a horrible noise that they'll just make this horrible noise rattling back and forth, and believe me, nobody wants to hear that. Especially not if you have a server. It's horrible. And also, I guess the third reason is because if they get out of here somehow, they'll just take off, and they'll take off traveling forever. Um, it's kind of crazy, but anybody who's worked with minecarts knows how that is. You stack a whole bunch together, and they'll give themselves momentum and keep going on forever. This right here says to get rid of overflow and things that you don't want in general. That's exactly what this does right here. It can deletes whatever you don't want, and also overflow. You have these filled up to the brim, but you want the influx of stuff to fill up whenever you take things. Like, so as you take whatever you need, it will automatically fill up back to capacity. So to keep that completely flowing, completely autonomous, this is a completely autonomous system, mind you. It's the beauty of this system. It's just completely autonomous. You don't have to think about it. no matter how much you grab out of these chests, even if it's a just ridiculous amount, and people are trying to troll you, it doesn't matter how much they take out of it. You know, they can take as much out as they want, as long as provided that you have a farm constantly feeding in chicken or constantly feeding in gold or whatever. You don't have to worry about how much you have in here. You can just have it in there. And let's say you were to have an iron golem farm, and you were to have a whole bunch of iron coming in, you really don't need to turn that into iron blocks, because you constantly have iron flowing in, and you have an infinite amount of storage. So why do you need to turn that into iron blocks to save space when you have infinite amount of space already? So whenever you get the iron, you just take it and turn it into blocks when you need to turn it into blocks, and you don't. It saves you a whole lot of work. This system saves people a whole lot of work um, if they use it. Okay, so to the tutorial. Alright, to make this, you're going to want to do as I do, not as I say. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so put like 3 blocks right there. I'm only making 3 wide because any more than that gives you the basic idea of how it works. Any more than that is just overkill, basically. So you get some hoppers. Here, let me turn this music down because this music is getting to me. Alright, so um obviously it's not gonna be like that, but I'm just putting these here. I'll put all these hoppers wrong. Make sure that these hoppers are facing any direction. Okay, so the top hoppers. So the top hoppers, I'm gonna have them facing the way they were, but you can have them facing um you can have them facing either left or right. Doesn't matter. Excuse me. These these hoppers on the second row. These hoppers on the second row, they can either face towards the comparators or away from the comparators. They're not side to side. So, kind of like this. Um, and these bottom hoppers, you want them. Let me look at this old design. You want them to face into these other hoppers that I'm about to place here. You want them to face basically this direction. And if you if you just want chests, you can place them on these hoppers right here. But if you want infinite storage, you're gonna want to place these hoppers right here. Now these hoppers that I delete, obviously they're not part of it. So, and then you're gonna want to have your chests chest right here. You want chest and trap chest. I like it like this. You can do whatever. It's always raining. Weather is horrible. Beautiful day now. Like this. That's trap chest, regular chest, trap chest. So when you grab stuff, it has more. So you can grab on more that you need at a time. Totally derped right there. Put these on here like that. You need some powered rails. Throw some powered rails on here. They'll automatically line up the right way. Also, your block of choice here, because now that is necessary. The glass, not necessary, recommended. But first I'm going to put these carts in first, just because um, they're kind of easy to do. Excuse me. So, bada bing, bada boom. Right, if you just stand here, they're so easy to place in. You just do that, many as you want. I'm just putting a couple, just for the proof of concept here. Oops. And like I said, now that they're in here, do not touch them whatsoever. Do not bump them, or you have to basically do this all over again. You can delete blocks around them, but do not touch them. Oops, it deleted the wrong block. Oh well, won't make a difference. Okay. Actually gonna put the glass down. Even that little corner, you can touch them and disturb them. So you want to cover up these corners to make sure that they don't mess up, because that will be the biggest problem with these with this design. Will be people will touch these things and you'll get items from one that's right next to it into the other, and that'll be the main flaw, if a flaw occurs in making this. So now that that's all done, and I feel secure about that being done, so that nothing can go wrong now. Delete this little guy. So here we go. I get a slab right there. I'm gonna do this middle one first so you can see it easier. So you can see how I build this easy. Put that right there. Going into this comparator, going into a block. that comparator going into that comparator, this comparator going into a block, then block underneath, um, and delete this because just to show that it's part of your creation here. Put that into that. Put redstone running down that way. Get a torch, your redstone torch, put it down here. That's how you do the middle part. Now the top part, I mean the sides, the top part, um, just like that. Put some redstone on top, torch on the side, dab of redstone, redstone block right here, redstone block to put this on here, and to do like that. So two ticks. And just do the exact same thing you did on that side over here. So dab down, torch, and your repeater. Set to 2 ticks. Okay, so it looks right to me. Okay, so it's right. Alright, so the next thing you would do is put the items in these hoppers. So let's put something in here just to simulate something that put something in here that you would want. Get some ender pearls, put those in here, put one right there. If it's a 16 stacking item, then you put 3 on this last one. Oh, see 5, 3. Oops. Wow, I'm really derping out this time. Okay, 3 4s, 1 3. Then put an ender pearl. Probably already down here some grass. No, an ender pearl. That's okay. Okay, so let's put 2 items that stack to 16. So again, you put some grass down. This weather, man. Is it even sunny outside? Oh, okay, okay. Time set 0. I hate to be jumping to do that all the time, but okay. So back to what we were doing. Now this time you want all 5s and 1 6. Okay. So now you put something like chicken. Okay, that's our chicken. You do the same thing here. Five, 6. You put something here that you really like I don't know, diamonds. Put 1 diamond right there. Okay, so now we're just getting a couple extra hoppers. Okay. A block right here for just a place to stop inflow if you need to. Let's throw some diamonds in here. Throw some diamonds. Throw some eggs. And throw some chicken. And with the trap chest, it doesn't matter if you open them while the process is going. It really doesn't. Put not a dispenser, you want a dropper, because if you ever drop something like, I don't know, fireballs or something in there, I guess uh, fire charges, I guess they'll catch stuff on fire. Oops. Some sand. Some sand right here. Put your cactus right here. Um, some glass. Some glass all around that, just to make sure that it doesn't go everywhere. It basically doesn't spill everywhere. This side with the hoppers, you don't have to worry about it. It won't pick up the items. I've already tested it plenty of times. Let's look inside these chests and see what we've got. Okay, that's right. So I put in eggs, thinking I put in eggs over there, but there's no eggs in the system. So this is the correct thing that was supposed to happen. The eggs got shifted over here, which I'm about to make, and I'm about to show you what happens. I got scared for a second there. I thought I did something wrong, but it did exactly what it was supposed to do. Not scared, but like I was like, OMG moment. Also, we need to make sure to fill this up with some item that you don't want. Like, let's say you fill it up with the grass that you have already. Just throw some grass in there. Um, so there. Actually, let me throw some more grass in there. Oh yeah, subtraction mode. Duh. So it's getting rid of everything kind of randomly. I guess it gets rid of random stuff. But whatever you put in there will definitely drop out the other side. And if it doesn't, it will eventually. So, we got the chicken, we got the things, and there's no eggs in here because there's supposed to be ender pearls. So let's throw some ender pearls in there instead of eggs, like a derpy person. What are the eggs? I mean, ender pearls. Oh, here we go. See, I almost did it again. Is this a trap chest? I think it is. I don't want to look at it till it's done because that just kind of defeats the purpose. So basically, you're all set already. You're all set. It was, in my opinion, pretty easy to make. I don't know. Not sure what you guys think, but it's pretty much almost done. Just some finishing touches. put that either here or here. You can put that here, I guess. I like it on top, so you can it's easier to see it. Okay, so we have a problem here. Might have messed up somehow. Yeah, and the thing is see, because okay, this is another thing I forgot to mention with this. Every single one, you have to run items through the system for it to work. One thing I forgot to mention. Good thing I did a tutorial, because one thing I forgot to mention. You have to run items through it to make sure it's working correctly. Because there's always 2 items in here. You need to put at least 2 items in there. I just forgot. Because if you don't, something like this will happen. Because, okay, I forgot to mention that. Good thing I did the tutorial part. Because there's always an extra item stuck in here. Can always be stuck in there. Now this, and another thing I didn't mention, it'll work even if this is filled up with items. It doesn't matter. If this thing's completely filled, this is completely filled, if this is completely backed up with items, it will work. It doesn't matter. I've already done lots of tests on it. But one thing, you have to run some items through it to make sure it works properly. If I throw another stack, it'll work perfectly. Okay. Throw another stack in there. Good thing that that's not a trap chest. And there's your 16. Okay. So, I forgot to mention, that's where that 1 ender pearl went to right here. So, you actually need 2 ender pearls or 2 diamonds to get this to work. You should go ahead and, you can go ahead and put a diamond or an ender pearl on in this one right here, this hopper right here, and you won't have to worry about it. But I would highly advise running some items through the system just to make sure that it's running properly. And as soon as it's running properly, I've done tests on this for days. This system works no matter what you do to it. Basically, you can't mess up the system. I mean, if I were to fill this up with stuff, I'm not gonna do it. But if I were to fill this stuff up with stuff, and I've done it plenty of times, it'll just come over here and get dropped out. Now it's bad if you're filled up with diamonds, but a way to tell if you have too many diamonds is just go ahead and check. This is pretty open back here. You can go ahead and check this hopper, and if you see more diamonds in here than that 1 diamond, it's kind of filling up. So basically, you know to either add some more space or stop putting diamonds in there. So basically, this is my tutorial, and comment, like, subscribe, favorite, and do whatever you gotta do. But yeah, this is the best, in my opinion, sorter on Minecraft. Alright, peace. Stay cool, everybody. Stay frosty. Alright.